Hey, what's going on, you guys? Um, oh, actually, okay, yeah, no, my hair still looks crazy. It is what it is. I really don't care. It's gonna be like this until I actually style it into something besides just this poof of stuff. But it's not that bad, I guess. Uh, anyway, what's going on? Um, I know that I haven't really been that active this past week, mostly, but because. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mostly because of the fact that I been busy. Your boy's been busy. I have been booked for a couple of gigs for next year, and we're trying to kind of get that together, make sure that we have some material to really show off. So that's gonna be fun for me. There's this event at this museum, this art museum, like musical arts, and they are going to well, they're having a couple performers, and my mom has connections with a woman who actually owns the gallery, and I think she's like a passenger or something. I guess you know, being a bus driver for 20 something years really helps with something because you get to meet a lot of like really interesting people, and she's one of those interesting people. And she let her listen to some of my music, and she liked it, and so she asked if I would be able to perform, and of course we said yes. So that's gonna go on. That's gonna be probably that. That's gonna be, I think, next year, early next year. I think it's like March or something. The details are really, they're like kind of vague right now. But she says that she does want to book us, and so we're getting that prepared. We're trying to push out uh, this material. It's a lot, but there's that, and also there's just been a lot going on, getting ready for the holidays and everything. Um, we're kind of gonna be on like opposite ends here during the holidays. My mom, and well, no, my mom is working on Christmas. I'm working Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. So we're pretty much going to not really see each other much. We're not gonna see each other on Christmas and holidays because she got her promotion into this new position, into this management position. Her hours are a little bit crazy because she's like on the bottom of the board again. Like she has the seniority, but in this new position, she's kind of brand new, and so she doesn't get all of the times. Like she doesn't really get the shifts that she wants to get. Um, so I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We got to do this. We got to make this money. So it, moving on. Um, so oh hell no! Hold on one second. I'm getting up here because this is causing me to. Do you know human capacity for concentration has decreased? Oh yes. I mean that's kind of apparent. Look at like all of this stuff that look at how quickly like certain celebrities like they get their 15 minutes of fame, even the really like talented ones. I mean, if you're not constantly in people's faces, people forget about you. Um, and also, a lot of people, they tend to do a whole lot of different things and not really focus on one thing. Or something comes up and then they start doing something else that's completely different from what they were doing before. Stuff like that. Who knocking like the police? Actually, that was the washing machine. Yeah, that's happening. That may be why they have to dance and sing. That's also true. So we're gonna get into this discussion, and you guys see the thumbnail. You guys see the title of the video. So this live is going to be more discussion based. Thank God, finally we have something. One of my subscribers, and I think you're actually on here right now. Um, my sis in Slytherin. No, I'm a Ravenclaw, but I have nothing against Slytherin. Um, and it's not about Normani, although she will get mentioned, okay? But it's generally about singers who dance versus dancers who sing. And there is a difference. There's a difference because there are, well, obviously there are a lot of singers out there who, picked up dancing, and a lot of them incorporate choreography into their performances. Um, and they're strong vocalists, but they happen to also be able to dance. Some of them well, some of them not. And then on the other hand, there are dancers who were originally dancers in the beginning. Like, they are mostly known for the dancing, but then they also do some singing too. But they have made a career in music and performing and stuff and singing, but you only really feel them a lot when they are dancing. Like, they're not the type of singers who can actually hold their own in a vocally demanding song, if you catch my drift. And the main two that I can really think of when it comes to singers who dance versus dancers who sing are Beyonce and Ciara, basically. Um, and not to take away from either one of them. I mean, everybody knows that Beyonce is a very capable dancer from years of training and everything. You know, Beyonce has really made that kind of like really really popular, and that's also another part of the reason of this live stream is to kind of deduce why it's become so necessary for a lot of singers to dance. Um, and vice versa. Like, everybody kind of has this thing now where you have to have an attack on all fronts. You have to, if you're a singer, you also have to be able to dance. If you're a dancer, you also, if you want to be like really successful, they want you to be able to sing and act and everything else. You got to be like a triple threat all the time. And you see it with Disney Channel. You see like how they push like their Disney Channel, like kids, the Disney kids. You see how they push them to be able to sing and dance and stuff, and a lot of them really can't. But I'm just saying, they push them to be able to do that. If not, then they train them in those different things so that they will have the ability to do all three or whatever. Um, yeah. Well, okay. So again, Beyonce is one of the main people that people like think of when they, when talking about Justin. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. I should have done this upstairs. Anyway, one of the main people that we think of when we think of people who can sing and dance, especially at the same time, is Beyonce, because she, literally a lot of her best performances are the ones where she is dancing. Now, that's not to take anything away from her voice. No, she has an amazing voice. Very, she can own you in a dance track and also take you there with a ballad. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, she is more of a singer who dances, mostly because of the fact that even like in early stages and when she was in Girls Time and stuff, they did some choreography and stuff and they trained for both. But originally, she was just a singer and she would do mostly singing. So the dancing was only incorporated a little bit later on. And even in the beginnings of Destiny's Child, they would do like little moves and stuff, no full on dance like numbers and stuff and routines during their performances. It didn't happen until a little bit later that they began doing a lot more dancing and stuff. And of course, when Beyonce went solo, she did a lot more dancing, and she became known to be a singer who could dance really well. Um, okay, so Joanna says, I paid to see Beyonce, but not Alicia Keys, for example, because I need performances, not just someone singing. I don't know if you get what I mean. Um, okay, so I get what you mean. There, and that's part of the reason too. Okay, so because we've seen so many people who have come out who are singers who happen to be able to dance, and on the other side, dancers who sing. Um, Not just Sierra, but we also have the likes of Janet Jackson. I feel like she was more of a dancer, and then she, also incorporated singing because the rest of her family sang, obviously. But she doesn't have like the strongest voice, and so then it kind of falls by the wayside when you're like she. I wouldn't go to see her, sing a ballad. Like, she's not like a Whitney Houston. But then on the other hand, Whitney Houston wasn't a dancer at all. So there's also that whole thing. But we'll get into that later. Um, So you have that. And then I feel like because of all of the people who have come through who have been like dancers and stuff, it becomes like a kind of like a stigma. Like most singers now are kind of forced to assume the role of a dancer as well, and it kind of makes it difficult for a lot of people to get. Um, it kind of like it puts a lot of pressure on a lot of people to kind of do more than what they really wanted to do, because there are a lot of singers who are out there who are now trying to incorporate choreography into their performances, and it kind of just doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody has the coordination to do it, and not everybody has the skill. It takes a lot of skill to be able to dance as a you see people like Beyonce and Tinashe and stuff out here doing that, and you think that it's, they make it look easy, but it's not easy. And take it from somebody who knows. I did musical theater for years, as early as like third grade, and when I think the first time I did it was when I was in sixth grade. I was in the play Oklahoma, and we did Oklahoma, and I think, what was his name? Will, not Will Turner. I forget what the guy's name was, but anyway, there was the Kansas City song, and there was like heavy choreo with it, and I actually sang and danced at the same time, and people thought that was so amazing, and I didn't know I was doing anything crazy, and I didn't think I was doing anything, really impressive. But apparently it was. And they were like, a lot of people can't do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess that's a skill that I have. I don't know about anymore. I'm like completely out of shape now, but back then I was really in shape and I could do it. But okay, so Chris, let me see what you guys are saying. Crystal says, "Love your show channel." Oh, thank you. My take is, unless someone is an exceptional singer musician, it's hard for me to watch a singer without some movement. Okay, that's great. That's great. So, um, that is true. Okay, so a lot of singers don't necessarily need to dance if they have something else about them that makes them a great performer. That's the reason why you have singers like Kiki Wyatt and Whitney Houston, and in earlier days, Brandy. They would get up there and they would sing. They would offer you a little bit more. Okay, they would offer you a little bit more than just singing the song. Um, Rihanna made it though. She's not an amazing singer nor dancer, but people still behind her. They can't all dance. That's true. Okay, so we have an artist like Rihanna, but I feel like Rihanna, she got through on the base of her music sounds really good, and people fell in love with her persona more than anything else to me. In earlier stages, her talent really didn't do that much. She didn't do a lot of dancing. Her singing voice wasn't that great. It's a lot better now, but I wouldn't put her on the same scale as obviously a Beyonce. Although people do compare them for some reason, I don't know. There is no comparison in my opinion. Rihanna comes out with some bops, but to me, she's not really on that level. Um, as this chair squeaks. So, I mean, that's someone as well. But let me see. So yeah, so on one side you have the singers who dance, the dancers who sing, and that's the thing. There's a lot of dancers who sing, and it just sort of happens, I guess, over time. Now, a lot of people believe that Tinashe is a dancer who sings. Me, I'm not sure. Because in my opinion, yeah, she is very, she's a very capable dancer. But I've seen her do things vocally that a lot of like quote unquote dancers who sing really wouldn't be able to really do. Um, and I feel like she's kind of on the same level with both. Now, she does do the dancing a little bit more and a little bit better, but I'm not sure, and it kind of just depends on which one they did first in that case. For example, Kiki Palmer, okay, Kiki Palmer has started to incorporate a lot more dancing into what she always did. even when she was like on the Disney Channel and stuff, she did incorporate dancing into her performances. But to me, she's more of a singer because she did more singing than dancing. Well, she does more acting than all three, but it doesn't matter. Um, J Lo is definitely a dancer that sings. Yes, J Lo is definitely a dancer that sings, and she will even tell you that because back she used to be a background dancer, like she used to be a backup dancer, um, along with her and like Rosie Perez and all of them. They were all dancers at first, and then she kind of went into singing and making like music and stuff. But she is in no way like a singer that dances, and her voice is nowhere near as powerful as her dancing is. Like I would never go to a J Lo concert to watch her sing a ballad or watch her do like a really like vocally demanding piece. I wouldn't do it. If she's not dancing, I'm not going. And that's another thing. There are a lot of performers out here, a lot of artists out here, but you can't actually watch them do certain things. Okay, girl groups get pressured more. I do believe that girl groups get pressured more thanks to the likes of as early as the Supremes, honestly. I mean, they used to have like little choreography to their thing. It wasn't like full on dance numbers. Um, Pebbles the ghost vocals for J Lo. Oh, Lord. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um, but yeah, for the likes of even as early as the Supremes, I mean, fast forward, we had groups like En Vogue. They used to have choreography. I mean, they still doing it. I mean, if you've seen some of like recent performances of En Vogue, like they still incorporate those dance moves and stuff into their performances, and they sound good. They look good. Um, so it started with like kind of with them, and then like other groups who did some choreography. I mean, Escape did little cute moves here and there, but they weren't really known for any dancing. Destiny's Child definitely did it, and 3LW did it. I think 702. I keep on wanting to call him 409. Lord Jesus. Um, 702 did it, I believe. Black did it. I mean, a lot of them did it, and it was mostly because of the fact that there was this kind of formula that a lot of the girl groups were following, and even today, girl groups are following. Like you have to incorporate that because it kind of just it kind of just I guess made them look a lot better and more uniformed when everybody was doing the same thing versus like a One Direction who all of them were doing different things at the same time, and it kind of looked a mess. I'm gonna sip water on that. Um, that's horrible, but yeah, it makes you look a little bit more uniform when everyone is doing the same thing, and I feel that's the reason why and it became really good looking to everybody, like pleasing to the eyes. Most people are visuals, like most people are into visuals, and I feel like because of the dancing and stuff, like the dancing kind of makes you look like you are more together. um Boy groups have also done it, but it's like it's kind of more around the girl groups to do it because everybody wants to see the girls get down and do a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like um I feel like women always have to put a lot more into all of their performances. I feel like the guys really, I mean, even look at the guys today. There are not that many guys out here that are really doing the singing and dancing at the same time. I mean, artists like Ed Sheeran and who else? Khalid, Shawn Mendes. None of them are dancing. They're all just singing. Um, there's only a handful of male singers who are actually doing like full on choreography. Justin Bieber, um, Chris Brown, who else? I would say Jason Derulo, but I'm not about to give him. Um, okay, so clearly this person wants me to mention Normani. I was getting there. I mean, I kind of don't like it when people do that. Don't spam the comments. I see your comments. It's just the fact that we're like trying to. I'm trying to give this a little bit of a flow. And now that we're getting into girl groups, this is when I was going to talk a little bit about Fifth Harmony. And in my opinion, each member of Fifth Harmony is a little is the only member of Fifth Harmony to me that is a dancer turned singer is Normani. And it's because of the fact that she danced a lot more than she sang. And she danced before she started really singing. She started singing later, like a little bit later. Like she sang, but the dancing and the pageants and the stuff, the more visual side came first. And then Ed and Sean get a pass since they play instruments. Justin Bieber plays like multiple instruments. Let's not pretend like this is not, But it is what it is. You don't necessarily have to be a singer who dances if you don't want to be, and if you can sell your show the way that you do, then fine. Um, Personally, for me, and I'm gonna mention this once. Personally, for me, Ed and Sean don't do anything for me. Period. I don't really care about either of them artistically. I mean, they have some good stuff, but I'm just not into them. They're not my cup of tea, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, okay, so Joanna's really like giving me some good stuff. For me personally, even if you're credible video songs, I won't support you if you can't deliver live. That's why I don't support the likes of Rihanna and Sierra. That is true. That is true. I've never really been a big supporter of Rihanna. I was a bigger supporter of Sierra, mostly because I did like the dancing. Um, but that can only carry you so far. If you're calling yourself a singer and you're not delivering any actual vocals that a singer should deliver, then I really can't call myself a real fan of yours. Um, and and then there are a lot of singers who really don't need to do all of that and can still put on a good performance, such as JoJo. I mean, when I went to see her, she didn't. I mean, she danced around and stuff, but she didn't have like a full on choreo. She didn't have the background dancers or anything, but she still sold the show because just her personality, her stage presence was just on point, and she had she had that extra kick that people need. Sierra had a few cute ballads. Yeah, I mean I like them. Oh yeah, no, Bruno Mars is definitely a dude who's doing it with the choreo and stuff too. He's killing it. Um, but yeah, so back to Fifth Harmony. The others are singers turned dancers. I mean, even Dinah. Dinah does really really well with the dancing, but even she has said that she didn't really do much dancing before X Factor before she was in Fifth Harmony. Um, so in my opinion, like, the rest of them are singers who are dancers, and it's part of the reason why a lot of them don't do well. Like they're doing a lot better now, but you could tell the difference now from then when they first started doing like dance routines with their songs, that a lot of them really could not handle it. Um, and that's also apparent in that um, unless you have the breathing control, I really think that you should just leave the dancing to the dancers until you have complete control over it. Like I don't want to see you getting up there and trying to dance and sing at the same time when you've never done it before. You know, I feel like Fifth Harmony they started doing that way too early. They should have started training on that earlier on and then incorporate it into it, and then maybe they would have started off a little bit better. But it was kind of bad before. It was kind of bad before. It's a lot better now, and I'm so happy that they've improved. But we shouldn't have needed to see a lot of the earlier performances with the choreo. We really shouldn't have seen a lot of that going on, like all of the extra like breathing, and then just kind of just the wearing out of their voices while trying to dance at the same time. The difference between men and women in this industry is that men are carried by fangirls. Women have to do a whole lot to have the same support. That is so true. We've actually talked about that in previous videos about how women have to do so much more to get by. And this is not just in the music industry. This is in pretty much every industry, every working industry. Women always have to do so much more work to get like half of the support and half of the recognition. Whereas men, I mean, we really don't have to do that much to really get a bunch of fans, and because when you think about, especially in entertainment industry, women are the ones who buy most of this music. Let's be completely honest about that and go to all the concerts and stuff. They're like more open than most guys are about doing that, you know. And so your fan base is going to be mostly female anyway. Not too many females are going and caping for females. Now it's doing it more now because you have, women empowerment and a lot of female artists who stand by women empowerment and who write songs about that and stuff and represent that. And so you're going to get a lot more women who support them. But then when you have a bunch of, guys, I mean, all they really have to do is take their shirts off or have like a nice sounding or decent sounding voice with a cute looking face, and then automatically they have like millions of followers and are selling platinum albums. I mean, it's really, really sad, but it is what it is. Did 5H get a trial period of training after X Factor before debuting? I think so, but I don't think that they were going to. I don't know if they thought, like, if they knew that they were going to do incorporate dancing into their music, because their early music really like none of those songs were real like dance tracks like that. Like they weren't. Um, okay, whatever your name is, Malu Trova, we get it. Please stop commenting, Normani. Like, please don't spam the comments because I can't. I don't like that. I really don't like that, and I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep the discussion open for everybody to chime in, and it really kind of it's really kind of annoying when I have somebody commenting the same thing over. Like we've talked about them. Let other people have a chance to chime in, please. Guys can be just cute, but women are judged more harshly and have to give 120% to be talented. Yeah, okay, so the 5H and Little Mix comparison, that's the one thing that a lot of people do. They do compare the two because they're both like really prominent girl groups. Um, but the thing is, Little Mix became a girl group first. And they started doing their thing first. If I'm correct in saying that, I believe yes. Um, so earlier on in both groups' careers, I would say that they both kind of had rocky starts. But by the time Fifth Harmony came into their own, Little Mix was already doing their thing, and they were already like trained. So it was hard to really compare the two because they're on different levels of experience as well. So I feel like sometimes we are a little too hard, and I'm guilty of it too. We are a little bit too hard on 5H for the dancing and the singing, and just the overall like coordination of the group. Um, that's something that Little Mix had up. They had a couple of years on Fifth Harmony to do that. So yeah, and also I feel like Little Mix was also trained a little bit better. They had better people to train them, more support behind them. Um, yeah. Okay. So while we're on that, also, dancing outfits if you at least deliver vocally. Yes. See, me, I am first and foremost a singer. I happen to have, done some dancing and stuff, and as long as it's like choreographed, I'm not that great at freestyle. I mean, I can freestyle, but it's not gonna be that great. Um, but why is this thing dying? Like, this should not be dying. Um, okay, you have just a couple more times to do that, sir or ma'am, and I'm gonna have to um excommunicate you from the live. Please stop because it's getting annoying and it's also very disrespectful. Okay, so no, yes, so I agree with you a little bit to an extent. Okay, so a lot of people do get very, very sensitive when it comes to judging like their faves on like whatever they do on stage. Um, to me, I don't want to see you getting up on stage and dancing with your singing if you're not like adept at it. Because whatever you put on that stage, we're gonna judge you for it. And so my thing is, don't dance if you can't dance, because then it's gonna bring your performance down. It's gonna make it look bad, and it just you're gonna be judged for what you do on stage. Like, don't start dancing if you can't do it. Um, if you can't do it well, like, wait. A lot of artists also don't do that. They don't wait. They just want to go in and they want to do all of this, all at once, and and some people just aren't ready. See, some people just aren't ready. But of course, you have these companies that are pushing you and pushing you to do these things, and so you kind of have to go along with what they tell you to do because you're under contract and stuff, and all of that stuff. Um but I do agree with you on that. Don't What are you doing? Oh, Justin, why are you going to come in here when I'm doing a live stream to do this? Like, like, really? Don't say you don't know. You weren't even over here. No, you're not about to do that. Okay, I'm going over there. I'm going over there because no, because you're going to start doing that and I'm not about to hear that in the background. So no. Justin, this is what I go through. Then why would you go in there and put a game in the daggone Wii if you weren't going to play it? Don't do that. Make up your mind as to what you want to do. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me see. They should do En Vogue type choreography, coordinated swing. Keep it simple so they can still sing. Okay, I agree on that because of the fact that, well, at least start with that. There is a big. Okay, let me see. Let me go back. I think K-pop girl and guy groups do good balance of dancing and singing. Sometimes as a label artist make them. Okay. While we're on that, okay, let's get on to the K-pop groups for 1 second. There are actually a lot of K-pop groups who actually can't do both. They are trained to do both, but I've seen a lot of their performances, and there is a lot of them who really don't have it together like that. Like, they have the stamina, but they don't necessarily have like they don't have both ends, because you know that they're like roles for every group pretty much. There's always like your lead singer, lead dancer, and you're always going to be able to tell a little bit. Like, everybody is uniformed, but you can always kind of tell, especially when each person has their own solo coming in. You can always kind of tell who has what skills. And I'm gonna mention Girls' Generation just because I've watched more of their performances than anyone else's. You could kind of tell who were the singers and who were the dancers of the group, simply because not all of them could really hold their notes while they danced, and it's because they weren't really trained that heavily with their singing, and with their breathing control and everything. So, like, members like earlier on, Yuri and Hyoyeon and Yuna, they relied a lot on their backing tracks, because they were mostly known as the dancers or visuals of the group. Okay. Whereas Taya and Jessica, I mean, but even then, sometimes it would be a little bit breathy, especially like for Jessica and for Sunny. Sometimes they would tire out during performances, and it would just be what it is. But I do agree that they have the right idea because they make them train very, very hard before they even debut. And I think it's important that you do that. If you're planning on being like an all-around performer like that, singing and dancing, I feel like there's a certain criteria that you need to meet. I feel like you should be doing some extra training before you even debut, so that way you look like less of a fool getting on stage doing both at the same time and tiring out and not really being able to put on a good performance. Okay, this thing is like okay. Um, okay, so the big guy comes down to bothering. Okay, Um, Joanna also says there is a big gap in 5H when it comes to dancing and it's bothering me, and it's bothering, not bothering me. You have Normani and Dinah killing it. Lauren is fluctuant, and Allie, they need to either train or step down the dancing a little. I agree. I agree that you can always tell, and I even mentioned this in my Angel review for when they did Angel for the first time. Like you could tell the difference in the skill level, especially when you have Dinah and Normani standing next to each other and Allie and Lauren standing next to each other during a routine. You can like the literally it's like a descending, it's like descending in skill from like right to left, and you can really tell that in certain performances. Okay. Um, I think K-pop groups are way too much trained. It's almost military. But if that's what it takes to be, really adept at your skill, then okay. I wish a lot more of our artists would train, because if they would, we would have less like, I would have less to say in a lot of these videos that I post. Like, let's be completely honest. If all of them are training the way that K-pop artists train, and this is the thing, more of our artists are more have more raw talent. I've noticed this as well. Like I've watched like older videos of like the K-pop artists when they first like auditioned to be in these companies, and a lot of them really don't have a lot of like talent to really be amazed by. You know what I mean? Like I saw the older video of Soyeon from Girls' Generation, and her voice was average at best, but now she's like this powerhouse. Like she's hitting all these crazy notes and she really does a good job, but that took years of training. From the age of like 10 or 11 she was training to become a singer. And then she didn't debut until she was like 15 or something, 15, 16. But you like think about that. um, a lot of them really did not have the kind of like, they had potential, but they didn't have real like, to me they didn't really have it until they debuted, until they were trained for years to have it. um so I do think we have that over them, and that um a lot of our artists over here do have the raw talent. It's just that a lot of us don't train. A lot of us don't take the vocal lessons. They refuse to take the vocal because they just, I don't know if they think it's so good. Like they think like their ego is boosted or whatever, or they just don't think to really, they don't really think that they need to or something. I don't know what it is, but a lot of them really do need to do some training to become a little bit better at what they do. Like me, as soon as I'm able to afford one, I will get myself a formal vocal trainer, because I mean my mom, she works, so she can't always really be there with me. I need somebody to be up on me like every day, saying this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. And as soon as I'm able to do that, I'm gonna be better. Like I want to be better. um, Artists need to go to Lorianne Gibson. Listen, we were talking about that too. Everybody's like, Lorianne Gibson don't play. Oh my gosh, she will whip you into shape, and she will call like will she will like she'll tell you off and curse you out and make it look like and make you think it was your fault. Like, oh my gosh. Um, If they train like New Edition, they did have some good choreography, and they were really high energy and everything. Joanna, a K-pop singer just killed himself this week, and I think pressure from this industry is a part of the responsibility in it. Like it's like all for show, and sometimes it's too much. I think. I think so too. Um, Justin, stop it. I think so too. And when we think about this, the whole situation with Jong Yan and, they just actually had his funeral procession. I think like what a few days ago, um, or like a day, I think it was it yesterday. No, it was a couple days ago now. When you're thinking about things like that, it also kind of it brings the attention to, are we doing too much? Are we expecting too much of these artists when we want them to dance and sing and be able to create and everything else? Um, it does kind of make you think about that. You know, when we have situations like this that occur, it really does make you think about, like, if it's if it's the industry pushing these artists to be able to do all of these things, that's made us expect it from a lot of the artists, because it became trendy. After Beyonce and stuff, they started doing it more, and more singers started incorporating dancing, and they became big because of it. A lot of industry label like a lot of label heads wanted their artists to also do the same thing because it was a trend. It became a trend. It became something that, you know, the biggest artists do. So let's have our new artists do the same thing so that they could rise to fame as well. And it's all about trends. I feel like it became like a trend, in a way, and it's still a trend. Like, I mean, I guess it's not a trend. I guess it became a staple, became the standard, because of artists like Beyonce. I'm not blaming her for that. No, that is her talent, and she's trained hard to be able to do, to be able to sing and dance. And so, I'm not gonna fault her, but I will fault these companies because not everybody is a dancer and a singer. Like, not everybody can do both. Not everybody should do both. And I feel like they shouldn't be forced to do both if they really don't feel comfortable doing both. I feel like if you are a singer, focus on your singing. If you're a dancer, focus on your dancing. If you're a singer who likes to dance, then train and do both. Um, but don't make that your, don't make that like the whole entire, um, basis of your career. You know what I mean? Eileen is not a dancer, but makes up with her powerful voice, just like Ali. And also we mentioned JD. Yes, June's Diary. Um, okay, so right now they're on tour with Escape. We all know that they have been dropped from Epic. Okay, so they are independent right now, but they're being managed, I think, by Frank Gatson. Okay, Kelly has nothing to do with JD right now. She is doing her own thing over there. I think she's like a judge on another show now. Um, but Frank has really been trying to work that because he sees their potential. He sees where they can go, and so he like pushed them out there more, and he's been training them a little bit in the dancing and stuff, and they've had a year or so to train. I'm glad that they waited a while before they started, and this is what I thought, and this is a comment that I made, a while ago when I first saw them do like their Essence Fest set. They did a whole like number for like 10 minutes of pretty much nonstop choreography, while singing, and they sounded great. They went from one song to the next. It was great, um, and they didn't miss a beat. They looked great together. They looked uniform. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to do, and their vocals were good. Their vocals were on point. And I feel like 5H could have done the same thing if they just allowed for, because we knew like Ashley and Gabby were definitely not dancers before June's Diary. Before Chasing Destiny, neither one of them could really dance. But you really couldn't tell by watching them on stage, especially now. You could not tell because they took it seriously and really did the training and really dedicated their time and effort and commitment to doing this training so that they could get it down so they wouldn't, hold the rest of the group back because we know, Crystal was used to it because she was in a girl group before, so we knew she was used to it. Cheyenne, she dances a lot. She has a naturally energetic body, so she's good with that. And Brianna, she's the most fit of all of them. She's the most athletic of of all five of them. So she naturally has a better breathing capacity than the rest of them. And she's also a capable dancer. Like we saw that during the show when they were doing the choreography, when they were learning choreography, Brianna would be the one to catch on to things first. She would be the one to catch on to things best. Hi, the tiny thing is so sad. I would tear it up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, very quick, since we're talking about it, I want to just highlight this because somebody said something that was just way out of line, and you guys probably haven't seen it because I deleted the comment right away and I blocked the user, and I believe they were even subscribed to me, but I don't condone any of that bullcrap on this channel, so don't even try me. Okay. The fact that somebody would fix their, they would actually think that it was okay while, people are mourning the loss of this very talented entertainer, to say something like, who cares about these skin, like what did he say? Who cares about these skinny gay ass K-pop people? We need to be focused on more important things like starving children in Africa. Because we definitely can't focus on more than one thing, and we definitely haven't been working on um, working on that issue for many many years, because we haven't been able to divide our efforts and do multiple things at one time. It doesn't take much to mourn the loss of someone, it doesn't. And yeah, I posted the video, so what? If you have an issue with it, you didn't have to comment something like that. That to me, that was probably one of the most disrespectful things that you could possibly say on somebody's video. Um, in general, I mean, he was not just an entertainer. He was somebody's son. He was somebody's brother. He was somebody's, he was somebody's family and somebody's friend. Okay, he's an actual person who had a very serious issue, who had something going on. And it's not even just about him as an entertainer, it's about him as a person, it's about him, and it's about everybody else who's going through the same issues. Yeah, he's not the only person who is struggling in this world, okay? He wasn't the only person, and he's not the only person, but because of his, because of his status as a celebrity, it woke a lot of people up, and I'm seeing it now. A lot of people are um, talking about that. A lot of people are talking about mental illness now. The conversation is still running. The conversation is still boiling, which is a good thing. It's a good thing because it's something that needed to be talked about. And I mean, it's a shame we had to lose someone like him in order to really spark the conversation. But it's a conversation that needed to be had. So, you know, but whoever that person is, uh, I hope that they find Jesus. I hope that they get. I mean, for you to really fix yourself to say something like that, I just really just have no respect for you. And people like you, I mean, you're going straight to hell. That's all I have to say about that. That just it really that made me so upset. Um, right, and you can't tell people how to grieve, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like he was just, it's not like him being a celebrity is what caused every. Yeah, yeah, his celebrity is what caused like millions of people to be in mourning. Okay, of course, as opposed to just some random person. But he was still a person. He was still human. He was still somebody that people loved. And you can't tell people how to feel about his death. I mean, yeah, you really can't. And it's really, somebody. I really just, that pissed me off. That pissed me off so much. But I noticed I was like, this person doesn't even have like a profile picture or anything, so I'm not even about to even go in. Like, I'm not even about to go in on this person. I was about to go in and I was about to reply to them, but I'm like, it doesn't. This doesn't warrant a reply from me. Okay, they're not about to get. They're not about to get publicity from me. Okay, I'm not about to give them publicity. So I just pushed delete, removed this comment, and I blocked him. So they're no longer allowed to come onto my videos. They're not allowed to do anything. Like, they're not even gonna see my videos. I don't play that bull crap. I don't. Oh God, I started crying again when I saw two men Jin Jong Ki. If you know them, they're like really really popular in the K-pop community here in the U.S. and states especially. They've been running their K-pop reaction YouTube channel for years now. It's been years, and they literally start like their name is literally Shiny's members put together. Two Min, Jink, Jong Ki, like that. They, Shiny was the reason why they started their channel. So it was really heartbreaking to see them finally come on and do their video. Um, so while we're talking about that, I just wanted to, kind of offer my thoughts to you guys. Probably not watching, but Courtney and Jasmine, they were the first K-pop YouTubers that I actually ever came across. Uh, and so I have a really, I have a connection with them just because of that. I've been watching them for years. Every single time there was a new Shiny comeback, I knew to just go right to their channel. I knew that they would be right on top of it. It didn't matter what else was going on; they would always be there for a Shiny comeback. So I knew it really hit them hard. Like, they were completely like silent on social media for like a couple of days. Like, they didn't come on until I think like Tuesday or Wednesday. They didn't post their video. So um, I pray that they're doing okay. Anyway, let's not go too far too deep because I don't want. Side note: what do you think of mindless behavior in regards to singing and dancing? Mindless behavior. Who is mindless? Oh my god, I don't even know who they are. Oh. I think I've heard like one of their songs or something. Mindless Behavior, is that the same group that that guy who got kind of outed by Jay Versace? What's his name? Princeton? I think I follow him on Instagram. Don't ask me why. I don't find him that interesting. Really, I don't. Um, but I've never really listened to their music. I didn't know that they sang. I thought they were like a rap group. I really thought that they were just like a rap group. I didn't know that they did any singing. Listen, listen. My battery is like dying. Why the hell? Justin, did you turn this off? I'ma slap you. You knew that I was. No, it's fine. I'm gonna turn it back on myself. No, you knew that I was doing like using this to charge. No, don't touch it. Because it's already on now. I don't need you. I know why you're calling. No, why are you turning it on? Ah, the only fucking baby does said. I know why you're calling. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not about to check out his Tumblr. Get out. Um, what do you think of everyone trying to put Cardi and Nicki against one another? Okay, so now I guess we're getting into Q and A because we kind of exhausted that whole singers versus dancers thing. There's not much that we really can say about it, but I did want to see like hear everybody's input. But we had a pretty good discussion about that. So what do I think about everyone um, pitting Cardi and Nicki against one another? I mean, it's bound to happen. There's not that many female rappers, let alone female rappers from New York. I mean, Cardi, Nicki, Remy. That's all we got. And so, and this goes right back into women in the industry. I mean, they're always put against each other. I mean, the guys. I mean, you can like multiple guy artists, and none of them are really compared like that. You either like one or you don't, and if you like multiple, then fine. But with the girls, you always have to be on team. Like it's always teams. It's either Team 5H or Team Little Mix, or it's Team Nicki or Team Cardi, Team Remy. Like you have to be like you have to choose sides. And me, I don't like to choose sides. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Nicki, but I have liked a lot of her songs, a lot of her music. I did like. I liked a lot of the Pink Print album. Um, and I'm not a fan of Cardi like that. And Remy, I wouldn't even say I'm a fan of hers either, but I do like her. I do like her. Uh, and all three of them, really, honestly, they have pretty good personalities. It's just the media gets in the way of that. They really, I feel like it's the media that does a lot more than they do. To me, like a lot of these beefs start because of media. I think that Nicki's fans are scalped. I said scalped, scared that Cardi's gonna take her place. Girls in the rap industry got together and collab more. They could change the industry. True, and it's really sad. And I feel like it's all still a part of the whole male-dominated field situation because men love to see women fight for some reason, and people just love to see women fight and go at it all the time, and it gets exhausting. I mean, yeah, I remember back in the day, like there were more female collaborations back in the day than there are now. I mean, it's starting to happen a little bit more now, but it's like it's always there's always some type of beef before there's any type of collaboration, before there's any type of like real like friendship, and it's really irritating. I mean, the men collab together all the time. Yeah, so Nicki and Cardi have no beefs. Like, what's up with the fans? It's the fans that really make the beef. Like, look at Monica and Brandy. Like, I mean, it started way back in the '90s. It was the fans and the media that really stirred that pot, and then later on, well, now I think it's Brandy's issue, but um, yeah. But then even with them being they should collab with Cupcake. Oh, stop. Uh, she has to fight everyone. Oh, yeah, Azalea is trying to clean it up, though. I've seen her trying to get it together. Oh, I didn't mention because technically she's a New York rapper. Uh, but when it comes to Azalea, Azalea is trying to clean it up. But I feel like is it too late? Is it too late because she's been doing so much negativity surrounding her. It's like, how do you salvage your career after doing so much crap? Like, ugh, I don't know. I feel like they would shake up everything if, let's say, Remy, Cardi, Nicki, Azealia all got on one track. It's never gonna happen. But if they all got on one track and just started going at it, like trading off verses and stuff, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I would be so. And just even throwing Kim in there, throwing Kim because she's salty right now and she needs the coins. Um, we were just saying that because even online, I think it was Pop Crush. They put up this poll, retweet for Cardi for like Cardi, like who would win in a rap battle, like who would win in a battle, Cardi or Azealia, and it was like less than 500 people chose Cardi, and like almost 6,000 people or 5,000 people chose Azealia Banks, which kind of puts it in perspective because even Cardi fans will tell you that Azealia is the better rapper. She's the better lyricist. And people have been saying for a while now that Cardi B doesn't write her own verses, like she doesn't write her own lyrics. So that's also something that's kind of in there, but um, it's sad though. I mean, it's really sad. I feel like it's because women are kind of put into this corner where they believe that it's hard enough for women out here, and I'm probably there's not going to be a lot of us that can really make it, so I have to be able to prove myself to everyone else, and I have to do this, and I rather than we, and it kind of causes bad blood between them. Ew, I hate having to use that. I'm not about to give I'm not about to give that girl any type of publicity. She has enough anyway. Um, when was the last time Beyonce sang with another female vocalist? Ooh, the last one. Well, she's not a vocalist, but Shakira. Oh Lord, don't hurt me. Um, oh, she's another dancer who can dance. Well, she can't really sing, but she's a dancer who sings. It might have been Gaga. Gaga. Yes, Gaga. Hello, hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. I'm not trying to have YouTube shut my video down today. Oh, God. Nikki is a singer too, but we don't classify her as a singer. She didn't even sing in that song, so she doesn't count. And she's not a vocalist. She's not a vocalist. Okay, let's be completely honest about that. Nikki is not a vocalist. I don't care what you try to say. Yes, she said that she was gonna audition to be at LaGuardia as a singer, but she wouldn't have made it with them vocals. No, not at all. My mom is an alum from LaGuardia, and I'm gonna tell you right now. And I've made friends with a lot of the people who graduated from there recently, and their voices on our next level. Okay, so to me, I don't think she would have ever really made it. And then she tried to say that she was sick or whatever, so she did acting instead. I don't think that's what really happened, but that's that's let's sip tea on that. I don't really know the real story, but you cannot tell me that that top end like school was gonna consider you for vocals. I don't think so. You gotta audition to be in that school, and you gotta be good already. You have to at least have the potential, and to me, she doesn't. I love Gaga, but her live performances are not always good. She's very fluctuant. I love her on ballads and stuff, and less on dancing, singing. Oh, you know what? Gaga is another person that dances and sings. I didn't mention Gaga, but I do agree with you on that. And I even said that during my AMA review. Like, I didn't really care too much for her performance on the AMAs, and it was just because like a lot of her, she's become a little bit watered down. I think she's not as like she used to really bring it. Um, but recently, I don't know. I think this whole Joanne situation really brought her down a little bit, and that's just my opinion. I'm not really. I didn't like that album. I didn't like most of the songs on that album, and I didn't really like the direction that she went into. It's fine, dabble in whatever you want to dabble in, but I mean that's not even really her background, in my opinion. Like and then she came out with all these like heavy dance tracks and stuff, and she'd have all these. I just really didn't care for it. What happened to Katy Perry? Katy Perry. First of all, I'm glad that she's flopping because Katy Perry to me is not a singer. Like her vocals leave a lot to be desired. She can't dance worth a lick. Like, don't try to incorporate any type of choreography. She will not do it. Um, and then she also, for me, don't sing on tracks if you can't reproduce it live. It's false advertisement. Oh, stop it, Joanne. Joanne is funny. I yes, I agree. I agree with that. You know, Witness was terrible. Oh my gosh, no, no. Um, but I do agree with that. There are a lot of like studio singers. I really can't stand that. I really can't. There are a lot of studio singers who really just can't deliver live, and I don't have anything for them. I don't listen to them. I don't. That's why like I'm like really on the fence. Like I really don't know if I want to even watch Dua Lipa or whatever her name is. Because some people have been telling me to watch one of her videos or like listen to one of her performances or watch one of her performances. But I don't know. Can she sing? Um, a lot of people feel like SZA can't perform live. Now, I will say her performances are kind of lackluster. But you got to think about the style of music that she does as well. Not too many of her songs are all that like highly energetic and stuff, and we've gotten so used to seeing, artists who are extra energetic with their performances. So I feel like it it doesn't really she's someone that yeah you can definitely listen to in the car and stuff and really get into it, but with SZA I don't know if her live performances like she's still growing as an artist. So um well, yes, because Beyonce has become the industry standard now. Let's be honest. For most for most new artists, a lot of them look up to Beyonce. A lot of people want to be like Beyonce. But let's be honest, there is only going to ever be one Beyonce. But that doesn't mean that you can't also be a good artist. But, stop trying to, and this is a message out to everybody who wants to be a performer. Stop trying to, um, stop trying to be someone else. Let's stop trying to, um, model yourself after someone else. Yeah, you can look up to another singer, but there is only one of that singer. You can't be that singer. So stop trying to um, completely embody them. You know, it's not necessary. It's not. You need to be the best you individually. Otherwise, I mean, people are going to call you a wannabe, and they're going to write you off as a wannabe. And I feel like that is something that really is it's tricky. It's kind of tricky. But let me see here. Dua Lipa is actually really good and actually a good live singer. Okay, I'll check her out. I'll check her out. And if I don't like it, you guys know I will tell you guys. I will tell you. I don't like Chain to the Rhythm. I don't like any Katy Perry songs really. Um, I definitely don't like Swish Swish. The song is so irritating. This is old, but how do you feel about some of the Grammy nominations? I don't feel any kind of way about them. I mean, none of them are artists that, except for SZA. Like, I hope that SZA wins, because she deserves it. She's great. Um, I hope she wins at least three. um, but as far as everybody else, I couldn't really care less about any of the other artists that are on. Some of them are expected, some of them are not expected. Like who was in the category of artist of not artist of the year, album of the year? I mean, you got Bruno, but then you got Jay Z, and you got a couple other people. You got Lord. I'm like Lord, Lord. Yes, Kendrick, Kendrick. Yes, I actually hope that Kendrick is a. But Lord, all right, Grammy committee. I mean, but see, they always put in like they always do this. They always put in that one album that everybody's like, what? Like this year's Grammys, it was like I think it was Justin Bieber's album was also nominated, which is was it was okay album, but it was pretty linear. Like all of the songs pretty much sounded the same. I didn't really get much from it, to be honest. It was good, but not album of the year good. And so the fact that they even put him in that category, I was just like, girl, like, come on now. Do you know someone tweet that we should not complain about Normani's treatment because SZA is darker skinned and beautiful and successful? No. Uh, God. Uh, Everybody always has this thing, and we shouldn't complain about Normani. We shouldn't complain about her getting bullied every day. We shouldn't complain about people, um, hating on her for her skin color every day. We shouldn't, we shouldn't be going in on people who, who racially discriminate against her, who talk mad crap about her. We shouldn't really. We shouldn't complain. No, we're going to continue to complain until it stops. Until it stops, we are going to continue to blow Twitter up every single time somebody throws crap at Normani. I don't care how it's successful. I'm sure that there are people who talk crap about SZA, um, but I mean, look, we see it happening we see it happening to Normani, so we're gonna talk about it. Uh, you can't silence us. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, why do people talk crap about her? Because she's black and a woman, a dark skinned black woman. Did you know that Little Mix was slut shamed for their X Factor performance? What about their performance on the X Factor gave anybody any nothing about their X Factor performance was even remotely like slutty. And if anything, it was empowering because of the fact that they sang power, number one. And if you watch the beginning, they get whistled at by CNCO and they turn around and they like, boy, bye. So tell me what that means. Kendrick's album was actually very, oh god, I still love that song. The leading single, Humble, oh my god, and DNA, oof. Random, do you like Kaylani? Her voice is average live, but her music goes off. I do like Kaylani. I do. I haven't seen enough of her live though to really have an opinion of her as an artist. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I've seen a couple performances and she delivers. She gives you what she gives you on the track. So that I can get behind. At least she can sing. Um, but it is what it is. No, Beyonce has never had album of the year. She's always snubbed. Every single time she has an album, she's nominated, but she doesn't actually get the album of the year award because white people. Okay. But pretty much, let's be honest about that. Like, Lemonade was that album, and the fact, and it was a movement. It did more than just sell well. It was a movement. I mean, again, more people can name all of the tracks on Lemonade than you can name on 23. I'm just saying. I can only name two songs on there on 23, and I'm not an Adele fan anyway. I'm not crazy about her, and I'm gonna put that out there. I'm not crazy about her voice. She's very inconsistent live for somebody who everybody calls like a real singer. She's very inconsistent live. She goes flat a lot, like a lot. Um, oh, was it 25? It was 25, 20. Listen, that's how much of a fan I am. Okay, that's how much of a fan I am. I'm not a fan at all, and I didn't even know. I forgot. 20, 25. What was 20, 21, 23? I thought she released one that was 23. Oh god. Oh well, that's again. There we go. It is what it is. Y'all know damn well what I was talking about. 19, 21, 25. Oh, I thought she released an album every 2 years. Because you know it's based on the how old she was when she did the album. Way to be original. I mean, even Lemonade. Oh God, it had purpose. It had everything. To me, she can. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm gonna have to disagree with everybody, and majority of the people who love Adele. I'm just gonna say this. Me personally, and also my mom, she can't stand her. Anytime she comes on the radio, she just immediately changes the channel. Um, I just don't see it. I don't see where everybody likes her. And I'm not going in on her. She's done really well for herself, and she's very successful. And I don't hate on that. But I just don't see it. Jasmine just, oh, now Jasmine Sullivan. My mom still doesn't like her. She doesn't like how raspy her voice is. Um, but I respect Jasmine Sullivan as an artist. And where did she go? She didn't go anywhere. She actually released an album this year, right? Um, I know she's been performing everywhere, so I'm guessing she had an album. I didn't really care for Lemonade. I thought it was a song name. Uh, that's Danity Kane. Danity Kane had the song Lemonade, Lemonade years ago. But it's the name of the album, and there is not a track on the song on the album called Lemonade. It is the name of the album, and it represents many things, and that's the reason why like it was worthy of album of the year because even the title of the album itself has multiple meanings. Okay, and the way that the album flows, and the fact that it was accompanied by a visual album, like it was. I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna go in. It deserved that award, and they knew damn well. Even Adele was like, "What? Like what?" Like even Adele was shook when she won. Like how in the world? Um, but anyway, we're not gonna get on that because it's over now. We're going into the next year. Again, I really don't care about a lot of the people who are nominated for next year's Grammys. I really don't care. I don't even know if I'm gonna recap. No, I'm gonna recap because I really want to see who's gonna perform on the Grammys. To me, that's more important. Who are they getting to perform on the Grammys? I wonder if five. No, they're not. I don't think they're ever gonna get 5H to perform on the Grammys. I mean, maybe. Do we know who's gonna perform on the Grammys yet? Do we know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, unfortunately, for some reason, my phone is not charging much while I'm doing this. So it's stop. 5H4 needs to be called iced tea. Crying. I can't. Ah. No, that's too much. That's funny. 13 tracks, each member leads a song with three ballads and tea spilled. Oh stop. Oh stop. I hope Kesha wins best pop album. I don't. I mean, I used to love Kesha, but I don't know what she's doing with this album. Why does everybody feel the need to all like to go like extra country and then like kind of just go like I get growth, but why does growth need to be country? Like you can still keep your same you can still keep your the same style or maybe even evolve the style and the sound and maybe fuse it, but to change it completely, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't feeling Kesha's album. I wasn't feeling that praying song is it's a nice message, but her vocals were all over the place on that daggone song and the video was weird. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We have to disagree. We'll agree to disagree on that one. But I like Kesha's music more back when. Um, I'm just saying. And granted, she was going through something, and I can understand why you would want to do a complete makeover. I'm not completely behind it. Anyway, people are mad about the platinum thing, and this is because of the fact that Reflection and 727, both albums went platinum. I think that was a couple weeks ago or something, and people are getting upset. Camilizers are getting upset. The Camilizers are getting upset over the fact that Camila is not all that they're like, oh well, congratulations to Camila too because she's on those albums, and why isn't she also on the plaque, or does she get a plaque? And people are just like really really ridiculous over it, and I don't know if she's going to get a plaque because she's no longer in the group. Okay, they went platinum after she left, so naturally she's not going to be on there. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna go because my phone is probably gonna end up dying. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. We got guys. We have more time. I'm at 30. I'm at 40%. Let's go. Let's continue. I was at 1%. This phone is so stupid. This phone is stupid. Oh god, this phone is so stupid. This thing said 1% while it was charging, and now all of a sudden it's at 39%. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's time for an upgrade, y'all. It's time for an upgrade. But my coins. I need to get some more. Let me see. 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 I don't know if they sent her what because like she's not on. She's on like the album picture. Maybe it's a smaller one. She's on the album pictures, but she's not on the big poster that's framed on there. It says like Fifth Harmony. It's the four of them, so I don't know. Khalid has Grammy nominations. What do you think? You don't want to know what I think about that because I told you already that I'm not a fan of Khalid. Okay, um, the song location is cute, but I'm not a fan of his voice. I just think his voice is kind of weird. And that's just me. That's my opinion. I'm gonna keep it real. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it real. And the song came on. Look, I'm telling you right now, my mom, if she wants to be on here, she wants to be on a show. You guys would not be able to handle her because me, I'm honest, but she's even more honest than I am. And I feel like a lot of you would be hurt over the things that she has to say about a lot of the people in this industry. I'm telling you. When he came on and she heard his voice, she's like, "What is that?" She literally said, "What is that?" She didn't say who is that. She said, "What is that?" So that just tells you right there. Just what? I love your lies. Oh, thank you. I mean, we keep it real on here. I would love to have a talk with your mom. Listen, my mom is straight to the point. She does not sugarcoat anything. Like I try now that I have this platform, I try to be a little bit more careful about the things that I say. Um, But that's exactly what she said. She said she said he sounds like he's like much older. He's like my age, I think, right? How old is he? How old is Khalid? Like 22 or something? He can't be older than I don't think he's older than me. Um but and then he also looks older. My mom was like, "Why does my mom was like, he looks like he's like 30 with like three kids or something." I was like, "Oh Lord, please, mom, stop." Because I showed her a picture because I had retweeted the picture of Normani with him, and she's like, "What? That's him?" She's like, "He looks so old." I'm like, "Oh my, I'm like, stop it, please stop it." Um, you need to have an episode with your mom. I don't think so. She should. She's not being shady though. She's not being shady. That she's telling what her like she's just sharing her opinion, and she's being out front with it. I don't. It's not shade because she's not being underhanded with her comments. She's literally saying what she feels. That's not shade. That's just her truth. He's 19. He's 19. He's not even 20. Girl. Oh God. Oh God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I get told that I look like a 19-year-old a lot of the time, especially at work. When I'm at work and people come up to the counter, they're like, "Oh, you'll know in a few years when you when you go to college." I'm like, "When I go to college?" I'm like, "I've been to college. I'm 23. Like, come on now." They're like, "Oh, I thought you were like 7. I thought you were like 18 or something." Especially when I don't have facial hair, like they really think that I'm younger. I'm just like, okay, I guess I still have like the chubby cheeks and baby fat and stuff still. I haven't lost all that yet because I'm just fat. So, um, so yeah, and most of my family they all look young. Uh, my like even my uncle he has like a home health aide and she comes in, and my family recently came. My aunts, my two aunts, and my cousins, and even my cousins, they're like all in their 30s now. A lot of my older cousins are in their 30s, and my aunts, they're both in their 60s. Like my oldest aunt, she's 67, and the other one, she's 66. And when they came in, the girl, she was like, "Oh my god," um, she's like, "Oh, how old are they?" I was like, "Oh, they're in their 60s." She's like, "They're in their 60s? They look like they're like 30 or something." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, I guess that they all really age really well, and I just pray that I don't age horribly. Like I hope that I still look like this when I'm 30. Like that would be amazing. That would be amazing if I still look like this. Um, People hate on people who are real. It is true. Maybe he had a really stressful. Oh, stop it! No, you did not. I mean, yeah, maybe. We don't know what happened in their life, but there are some people who just don't age that well, and that's nothing on them. It's just genes. Um, I was blessed to have family members who look much younger than they actually are, and I'm just actually let me show you a picture real quick. Let me see if I can turn this around. Okay, so here's a photo of. I hope you can see. Okay, so this is a photo of my great grandmother. Okay, the at the time of this photo, she was in her 60s, guys. Just put that into perspective. At the time of this photo, she was in her 60s. Okay, um, so yeah, let's put that into perspective. Okay, here's a picture of my aunts who came to visit. The two, one and two on the either side. Okay, both of them are in their 60s as well. You can't really see that photo that well, can you? It's pretty sad. But yeah, I mean, oh, there's a picture of my mom when she was like in junior high school. Don't we look alike? It's really scary, actually, how much we look alike. Uh, but anyway, what, Justin? Do you want to join? Okay. I know it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Like people used to put like our faces side by side or like our pictures side by side when we were like the same age. Like the picture that I just showed you, they put that up with my middle school graduation picture. And it's scary how much I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" Oh gosh. Okay, so somebody's joined. Okay, so he's over here now. Um, what did you do today, Justin? Oh, now you're camera shy. Okay. Anyway, he wants to be like that now. Um, what? I'm so upset. He's been bothering me all day long to play with him, and what? After I'm finished with the live stream, okay, please. You know you can use your words. Stop acting like you're new. Like stop acting brand new.
Okay.
We were playing. Oh gosh, we were playing a couple of games earlier, including Sonic Rider Zero Gravity for the Wii. I used to love that game. It took me a minute to actually get back into it though. What are you doing?
And actually, this game
Okay.
we didn't have to
Don't
fight
you don't
because
you
we
can't
didn't.
no Justin, you can't show it like that. Oh god.
But you only have a bigger screen. You I could have showed that.
No, you have to hold it further away if you want to show it. Oh. Okay, so yeah, so Super Mario Strikers Charge. Um, he has a Wii U, but he does like playing all of the older Wii games that used to be mine. Because this was mine. Like this was before his time. I think when did this come out? 2007. Like he was born in 2009, and these games came out in 2006 and 2007. Like these were all my games at first. But then I gave them to him. Justin, a born YouTuber, right? The way he came over here, the way he came over here and just started showing his games. Um,
And this one,
I dislike this
he
game
hates
so
this
much.
game.
I hate that game. Sonic Boom is like probably one of the worst Sonic games to ever really grace the nation.
Open tournament.
He
My
loves.
favorite game.
Okay, all right, thank you. Gracias. Okay, siéntese, please.
This
Okay, all right,
one,
sit down.
I just want to show my game.
Okay, all right.
Please.
Jesus.
This one I also like very good. Oh, ultimately, it has.
Stop mumbling. If you're gonna actually introduce something, like, actually tell them about it and why you like it. Oh
Actually,
God.
why I like it is because they have. Ult- what's it called again? Wait.
What? What do you?
Ultimate Winter Games.
It's all Olympic, Justin.
Olympic.
Why are you reading it like that? No, sit it down. You failed. You failed. Okay. Anyway. Right. I opened up that can of worms. I told him to speak. I shouldn't have even said anything. Oh no.
This one that he also hates too.
I don't hate it. It's just irritating because I can never do it. Like I always end up dying.
That's why you hate it.
That and Mario. I'm not really that great at platforming games anymore. Like I've been playing like RPGs and stuff for the most um mostly for like the past few years, and so I'm really rusty on other types of games like first person shooters and platforming games. I mostly do well in fighting games, racing games, and RPGs. I'm horrible. RPGs? It's role playing games like Final Fantasy. That's an RPG.
That's a fighting game too.
It's not really a fighting game. You do fight in it, but it's not really a fighting game, Justin. It's an RPG. It's a role playing game because you're playing through a storyline, a set storyline.
Is this a fighting game?
Yes, Pokken Tournament is a fighting game because that's all you're doing. I mean, there's a storyline with it, but that's not the basis of the
This
game.
platforming?
Yes,
How's it platforming?
it's a platforming game because you're jumping from platform to platform and it's kind of like adventure. Are you not? Aren't they jumping on different platforms to complete the level and Obstacles, avoiding obstacles.
Winning obstacles is gonna be hard like that. You know the
You should make a gaming channel for you too. Oh that's so cute. I don't think so. I can barely even post to this channel. I can't do another channel. Yes. Dio. I didn't know he might get a solo album. I hope that it is R&B. You know it's gonna be R&B. It needs to be R&B because that.
Super Mario 3D.
Um.
But I just want to show one more game.
Okay, fine. Okay.
So, I don't want to always.
No, you don't do it right like that. Okay,
Okay,
and then
this is Super Mario 3D World.
they can see that.
I actually like that game where you can go in awesome adventures and worlds.
I'm so upset with you right now. You just. Oh God, I can't. I'm not. Oh God. And now you're getting way too excited. Okay, way too excited. Maybe I'll share my game collection with you guys on another live stream. We'll do like a part two of Tilsad's nerdy side because I don't think I've shared like my entire gaming collection. Because I have games as early as like PS2. I did have Super Nintendo games, but they are away in a storage. I'm not taking those out right now. Um, EXO have been doing their concerts recently, and Kinsu did For Life in English. I swear to God, it's the best thing ever. I cried legit tears. I need to do that. I want to do a reaction to that, actually. I saw it, but I didn't click on the video because I'm like, I don't know. Like, should I watch it? Because y'all know I'm crazy over DL. You need to sit down. What did I miss? About an hour and 37 minutes of mess. What are you doing? Put that back in the case.
But it's not gonna like go it on. It's just gonna go in here. It's like wait for you to realize. What? It's not gonna come on. I just put it in there. It's not gonna come on. That's only when I put.
Justin is taking over the channel, but not today.
I'm not taking over the channel.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I missed an hour. Oh no, you missed an hour and a half. It's been 90 minutes, 98 minutes almost.
8 minutes until you're done.
No, I didn't say that. Let's be clear.
You're not here.
I'm checking my Instagram. Okay. He wants the Nintendo Switch so bad, but we don't. Listen, that thing is $300. Hey, stop, Justin! Before you hit yourself in the head with a nunchuck, put it down. I can't with me. Uh, okay, all right.
What?
No, no, Justin.
What?
You don't have that.
I'm saying it.
But that price, exactly. Like, who has money like that? My mom was like, "Oh, you want to go $100 on it, and then I can do the rest." I said, "No, I'll get him a game. I'm not. Listen, I got things that I gotta do. Plus, I just put $10 on Dissidia NT. When that comes out, I'm trying to get that. So yeah, those glasses really look good on you, by the way. Thank you. 1999 at Walmart. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I don't really care. I'm gonna be that celebrity if I ever get out there like that. I'm gonna be that celebrity that will tell you that I bought something from Target. I won't care. Like if it looks nice, I'm gonna wear it, and it doesn't even matter. They look kind of sophisticated, right? Thank you. Let me stop. But I literally got them because my other frames broke. My other frame's broke, and I had to quickly go and find like frames that will fit the lenses that I already have. So, um, yeah, they look expensive, really. Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, that's the reason why I got them because they look classy, but they're cheap. I am not trying to do a whole bunch of extra stuff for the. No. Uh, why are you beating your belly like a gorilla? Yeah, no, that's what I thought. He's over here. He's over here imitating a song. Are you? I'm upset with you right now. If he beats, it's like chess, not his. Turning this around. It's
That's what Donkey Kong do. What are you gonna do about it? Well,
I'm gonna need you to sit down and calm down.
Dizzy Kong doesn't do that. Only Donkey Kong. What are you even talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Donkey Kong.
Stop, Justin, before you make yourself throw up.
You're not gonna throw up.
Well, if you keep beating your stomach like that, you might.
Not. No.
You just ate not too long ago. Ah! Anyway, so there's really nothing else to talk about now, unless you guys want to ask me some questions. I can answer those. And we can do a quick little. Did you watch The Ray on CWC? No, I did not watch The Ray. I kind of want. I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to watch it, but I kind of just deleted CWC in order to download something else. Oop. I hope you don't stop doing lives. I love. Oh, thank you. I like doing them though. I like doing this more so than making videos, um, just because I can connect with you guys a little bit better and we can actually discuss things rather than me just telling you what I think about it and then having to read comments later. This is like more real. Does Justin have a talent for singing like you?
Huh?
No. Yes. He does. He just doesn't want to do it. Like he has a drum set and everything, but he just doesn't want to. And he sings. I catch him singing sometimes.
I don't sing.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do. Justin. Uh, stop. Justin. Oh my lord. See, as soon as I said that, Justin. Justin. I'm gonna get him. Give me a second. Um. Yeah, no. I mean, he hasn't really like demonstrated a real interest in anything musical like that, except for, of course, like I said, except for like drums a little bit, and also, um, yeah. What do you like to do musically, Justin? I mean, he does dance a little bit, but we haven't put him in it. You do dance.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Justin, put the sticks down.
But
Did you listen to?
dance.
Y'all started something now. Did you listen to "Crying in the Tub"? No, I did not. Of course, I mean, I did see that they were getting a lot of like hate comments, of course, from Camilizers who got a little, upset at the fact that they did a parody of the song. You try to.
I do not try to dance.
Yes, you do, Justin. Yes, you do.
No.
Don't think that I did not catch you in here trying to do the Dancing with Fire, Dancing with Fire, the Playing with Fire choreography. Don't pretend. No. Yes. I walked in here and you were watching them on YouTube and you were trying to do Playing with Fire choreography. Don't do it.
No, I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't dancing.
Crying in the Tub is the Crying in the Club parody that The Incoming did, apparently. I haven't seen it yet.
Apparently, you're
or I haven't listened to it. What?
Apparently, how are you supposed to be a singer?
How are you supposed to be a singer?
How are you supposed to be a singer?
You already know I'm a singer. Go sit down.
No, I don't know you're a singer yet. I'm surprised I just met you. I would not know that you're a singer. I don't know you.
Why you expose Justin like that? Oh. Because he's sitting up here saying he don't dance and he doesn't like to dance. He does.
No, I did not.
Listen.
I do not like to dance.
Yes, you do. You be in here
No,
dancing
I
all the
do
time,
not.
Justin.
100% no, I do
It
not.
is what it is. Look, the very first K-pop song that I learned how to dance to actually was Lucifer. Oh my God, that was so hard though. That choreo
I'll
is
make a dance
crazy.
dance or something.
You two should play Dance Dance Revolution. That game is still around. Oh. I did used to have the dance pad for it though. I had it for the Wii. I think I had it for the no, I had it for the PS2.
You know,
That Lucifer choreo, I learned that back when I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. I was in high school when it came out. Um, and oof, it was very difficult. And then it was even more difficult to try and teach it to somebody else. That was even more difficult. Stop. I love Shiny EXO so much. I mean, I couldn't get that from your name or anything. Shiny EXO, my everything.
are you done?
Stop. I'm not gonna be shady.
Are you done?
Does it look like I'm done? You will know when I'm done because I'm gonna stop talking to my phone. Uh, um. All right. So, by the way, my previous username was what? Okay. Um. Kaching is the sound of CVX snatching your mind. Oh, okay. See, I thought you were a new user. Okay. So you've been here for a while then, because I remember. Okay. All right. Okay. I know who you are now. I was like, oh, okay. um. But anyway, so last 5 minutes for questions. I'm trying to close this up now because we're running close to 2 hours here, and Justin is like begging me to play. So eventually, maybe when I get some more money, we'll maybe do like a couple of gaming videos too, because he likes games, I like games. We like playing them together sometimes. So maybe we will play together at some point. Ooh, oh Lord, can you react? Can please react to Can You See at the Apollo? Did you not see my video, girl? Where you been at? I put that video up there last week. Where you been? Like that was the video that I did before the whole Jung In situation. Um, yeah, right around the time. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I did it. I did it as soon as I found out about it, and then posted it later that day.
Nothing slow.
I didn't like how short it was. Like they shouldn't have cut the performance down like that. That was so irritating. Um,
Okay.
but it is what it is. Anyway, um, so yeah, somebody else had a question. I forgot where. Let's see.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Just drew that. I'm just kidding. Uh, I'm just
I
kidding.
recently started watching The Parkers again.
I'm just
That was a good
kidding.
show. It was
I'm
funny.
just kidding.
With Parkers, we're doing a thing. Listen, I forgot the words now. Listen, it is what it is. I just remember her laugh. Poor Countess Vaughn. What's your favorite song from the Fifth Harmony album? You will find out in a couple of days. I'm going to do a favorite songs, best songs of 2017. Um, it was. Now Monique has been whiteballed. Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But you know what? She's becoming famous again for that clip. That old clip. That clip is so old. The clip where she's like, "See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite." That clip is not any like it's not even from this decade. I don't think. That is an old clip. What about you covering a Christmas song? It's way too late for that. If I was gonna do that, I would have done that already. It is way too late for that. Um, and like I said before, it probably wasn't gonna happen because my studio time is mostly it's doing things that we need to do for next year. So I really don't have the time. Like the only time that I really have is to record, like in my free time when I'm not working and when I'm not working on the music and stuff, is to record these videos. But I don't have the necessary equipment to actually do a whole cover here at home like that right now. We're moving a lot of our stuff, so unfortunately, I'm still waiting on your "Don't Touch Me" mashup. Oh, um, the touch and "Don't Say You Love Me" thing that I did. Oh, what if Dino asks you to collab? Listen, don't do that. Don't do that. I already have Normani following me on Twitter. Don't do that. Um, obviously, I would say yes. Like, what? If Dinah asked me to collab, like, when and where do you want to meet up so we can do this? Um, yeah, I would definitely do it. I don't know what we would do though. I feel like we would do like a fusion of like different styles. Don't Say You Love Me needs to be an acoustic version. Maybe, but let's not get into that because they have acoustic versions to like every song almost. Well, no, every single. Um, oh, am I bleeding? I really want to hear Normani do her belting. Like after what we heard before, I'm really banking on Normani doing this for us in 2018. Ever get afraid? Ever afraid you'll get famous one day and crazy stans will find your old vids about celebs and they go off on you? No, because I'm not afraid of some children. I'm not afraid of Twitter. Not afraid of any of that, honestly. See, this is the thing. I'm established in myself. I'm confident in myself. I'm not about to let somebody else uh, try to bring me down. It's just not going to work. Um, and I'm just being completely honest about my viewpoint, like my views on different, like different kinds of music, performances, and everything else. Um, I'm gonna keep being honest about that, even if I become a celebrity, even if I meet these people in real life. I have to keep it real. You know, respect to you as an artist because you work. Obviously, you work hard at it. But if I'm not a fan, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan. To me, that's just fake and disingenuous. What are you doing?
Mm.
I know, Justin. He gets really antsy when I. All right, so I feel like it's not gonna matter to me. You know, yeah, maybe I'll lose fans, but at least I will be known for being completely 100% honest. You know, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, Katy Perry. I love Katy Perry. No, I don't like Katy Perry. I don't like, and it's not her as a person. I don't like her as an artist. I'm not a fan of her music. I'm not a fan of her voice. I'm definitely not a fan of the appropriation that goes down in her camp. So why am I going to say that I like her or that I'm a fan of hers? Like, even if I met her, I'd be like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, and get to know her as a person. But when it came to music or she asked me to collaborate, I'm like, I don't know about that. You're gonna have Pringles as stands. Oh, stop it. Yeah, my last name. I don't even know what I'm gonna go by. I might go by my middle name, but then again, it's gonna have like a conflict because my middle name is actually Lamar, so it's gonna have a conflict with all the other people named Lamar, Lamar Odom, Kendrick Lamar. Are you doing sign language? That fake sign language like that lady did. Oh my god. That was the funniest thing ever. That lady who went in and tried to pass herself off as a sign language interpreter. And she was doing all this crazy stuff with her hands and not really saying anything. It was so funny. How do you like the song Lemon featuring Rihanna? Never heard it. Okay, Justin, you need to wait. I'm almost done. I've never heard it. Excuse me. I don't like doing that in the camera, but it is what it is. Never heard of it. Lonely Night needs to be. I don't know. See, I am very sleepy. I am. I didn't really sleep much today. I woke up very, very early this morning and I have not slept since. I've been trying to go to sleep, but it'd be like little short, little like 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there. I haven't actually gotten a chance to sleep the whole night through or whatever, but eventually I'll get there. I do need to eat something though. I'm kind of hungry. Um, don't look at me like that. You know you wait. Anyway, so I'm gonna close this up now. We had some fun on here. We had a little kiki. We had a little like mini roast, and we also discussed a little bit about um. Have you seen vocal profile for artists? Oh hell no! It rates singers. Oh no, I've never seen that. Eventually I'm gonna fall into that whole thing where people are going to vocally analyze me, and there's going to be a lot to say because my vocals need help too. And that's the reason why I also feel comfortable doing this because I know that me as a vocalist, I'm not perfect at all by any means. There's a lot of things that I still have to learn. But through my experiences and over the years of singing and being critiqued, um, I know what bad sounds like, and a lot of these artists do sound bad a lot of the time. But you know, that's not to say that I'm a perfect artist and that I have it all down. No, there are some times where I still revert back to my old ways, and I've gotten into the habit of doing certain things and that I shouldn't do. That like would be considered bad technique. Um, sometimes I do have a tone issue. Sometimes I do have a breathing issue. I do have issues with my sinuses and stuff, and I'm trying to work on that now. But there are a lot of things, and I don't hold those against the artist. But at the end of the day, you are doing a job and doing a service, and when you have a job that you're supposed to do, you should be interested in doing it to the best of your ability. Um, Christina and Pink are supposed to collab. Excited or no or yes? No, I couldn't care less about Christina and Pink collaborating. I really don't. I don't like the idea, honestly. Um, And honestly, weren't the two of them beefing? Like what? Like we saw Pink's face, right? When Christina was performing, she tried to say, "Oh, she was into the music." Girl, ah, you're right. Nah, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm not. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. On that note, on that note, um, who's Christina and Pink? Christina Aguilera and Pink. You know Pink. But then again, you maybe not because you probably don't follow a lot of Western music. Aw, Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, I hope everybody has a nice, safe, and wonderful holiday. You know, whatever you celebrate. I know Hanukkah's like at its end, right? Or is it ending, or has it ended already? And obviously Christmas, and then you have Kwanzaa. What?
Yeah.
No, Justin,
What?
put your face that close to the camera.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I hate you so much.
No, I hate you.
Oh God.
I just said Harry Merry Christmas.
Okay. Okay. All right. Try to be. Anyway, yeah. I hope everybody has a great holiday. Okay. Look out for some more videos coming to you the next few days. Hopefully. Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, my favorite artists are, well, most of them aren't all that popular right now, but Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, be safe, everyone. Just take the time. Oh, thank you. Nope, I can't take time for myself because it's all about everybody else all the time. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Yeah. So have a good night, everyone, and again, have a good holiday. Bye bye.